get enough hockey yet, folks? Well, we got one more game for you here on SportsTownChicago.com. It's the third and final game of our tripleheader to finish off the NIHL Bantam Elite Round Robin play here at the Northbrook Sports Center here in Northbrook, Illinois. I'm Ryan Fahey, welcoming a new audience for our game here between the Cyclones, the top-seeded Cyclones, and the fourth-seeded Vikings. And for those of you that have been sticking around for the past couple of games, we appreciate you sticking around for this one. I'm Ryan Fahey, joined by Cody Grant with me here tonight, as we are also going to be together tomorrow night in Crystal Lake as well, so we got a lot more hockey to do together. But Cody, we've seen two games so far. One of them came down to the wire in the previous game. We got the top-seeded Cyclones taking on the fourth-seeded Vikings. The Cyclones have won their first two games going into round-robin play. And this is just this whole night has been really a playoff feel. I know this has been your first time out here tonight. What's been your feel about this so far tonight?
Oh, so it's been a fun night. It's been awesome doing these games with you. Last game was,
I don't know if that was sarcasm or
not.
No.
Trust me, that was not sarcasm.
Okay.
I may be saying sarcastically tomorrow after having a few more games with you. But tonight's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to another good game. Last game was awesome. Really close, one-goal game. Basically, was decided by this game between number one ranked Cyclones and the Vikings. Vikings got to play some tough hockey, try to get a win out of this one.
The Cyclones starting goaltender tonight, number 34, Trevor Fitch, is the starting goaltender for the Cyclones. And over to the Vikings side, it'll be the goalie 00, Hayden Muehlbacher. The Vikings are dressed with the white jerseys, black trim, black numbers, kind of like the Los Angeles Kings, if you need an NHL reference. And the Cyclones with the dark blue and gold trim and numbers, and the Buffalo Sabres-like jerseys, for those of you needing an NHL reference. And the Vikings are going to go right to left to start, Cyclones left to right. We got the game underway as the Vikings now will bring it into the Cyclone zone, rack it around the net, as this one is almost going to be centered there, as now bringing this one up now for the Kings. Trying to center this one to the near point there is number 5, Grant Longton. Longton now will have that one clotted up there, as Humsky now will try to get it through. Number 55, that being Jack Humsky, just for those trying to find out if their child maybe is playing out here tonight. If you're not here tonight trying to get it out, we'll get to you as much information as possible. That was almost redirected in front of that there with a stick play there by Trevor Fitch. 14-minute periods, and we have 3 of them. And a nice stick backhanded move there. Patrick Kane might be proud of that one, as that one with an unbelievable play and just what the Vikings called from the doctor. They needed a nice prescription. They got one, and getting the goal to start this one off is number 28, Jack Payton. And it's a quick 1-0 Vikings lead just 47 seconds into the game.
It's a big goal right there for the Vikings. Big confidence booster going against the number one ranked team in this tournament.
Yeah, the Cyclones come into this from the regular season 15-1, 17-1 if you count the 2 wins from the round-robin play over the last couple of days. 17-1-2 is the record, and the Vikings off to a quick 1-0 lead. As the puck now back into the far corner behind the Cyclones. And a quick wraparound play there, as this one will be Maloney from one time and a nice standing alone on the surface save there by Trevor Fitch. Some good saves already, as we haven't even played 2 minutes of this game yet. The Cyclones might be a little rattled. They didn't see this coming from the Vikings. As now to the near point with this one, a backhand that one in there was Josh Maloney. And now the Cyclones finally take control of this one, as bringing this one up will be Bradley Kinney. And that's going to be controlled back by the Vikings. They get it up from the far point and flick that one in. And that'll be sticked away there by Fitch. And now the Vikings now have it on the far boards. Looking to the far corner. They got 2 players with it trying to battle through it there. And getting this one around for that one there for the Cyclones was Vincent Sansone. And this one will flick up. Look, God, almost right in front of us here. There's no net in front of us, so if there's a puck coming our way, Cody's going to have to protect me. And now this one will go back in the Viking zone, where Kyle Dingle will ring that one around. And now back around the net again it goes there, as it's Spencer Shackmuth into the near boards with it. As now there's a battle for it there, as the puck kind of stuck along the net. Or not the net, I should say, more so the boards. As this one goes around to the near boards, still stuck there. Now the Cyclones come away with it eventually. And now with this one for the Cyclones, it's Jacob Carlson around. He leaves that one back behind the net. Giving this one up down to number 26, Danny Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy rings that one around again. And the Vikings clear it out now from their far boards and try to get it back to center ice, but it's kept in at the far point there by Alex Sharp for the Cyclones, number 46.
In relation to Patrick Sharp.
Maybe long lost cousins. We're not sure. Anyways, that one will go back into the Vikings zone. The Cyclones make a change. Vikings make a few changes on the forward line as well. As this one will be passed up forward to center ice. And a quick stick play there. Almost a 2-on-1. Just went over the stick there of Jack Humsky, number 55 for the Vikings. And now coming up with this one quickly there and trying to get this one up is Theodore Iacino. Now the Vikings sell it down behind their own net. Iacino there with a stick there right behind. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a penalty there, as that's going to be a slashing minor called, I believe. So the Cyclones will be a man down, as it's Theodore Iacino going to the box for 2. And the Vikings, off to probably the best start they could have asked for, now on a 5-on-4 for 2 more minutes with 10:42 left to go in the first.
A huge opportunity. They can go up 2-0 early this game. Give them a lot of confidence, kind of ruin the momentum of the Cyclones moving forward.
Face off just outside the Vikings zone, as they will control it as they have the 1:55 left to go on their power play off the Iacino slashing minor. As now the Vikings are bringing up now to the near boards, dump it into the Cyclones near corner, back around the net it goes. Payton tries to go after it for the Vikings. Number 28, Jack Payton, tries to keep it up to the far point. They keep it in play. The Vikings back to Payton now in the slot. Now back at the point it goes. Trying to keep it play on that one was Grant Longton. And he still keeps it in play. Good stick and skate to keep it within his possession, as this one is stuck along the boards. And Longton's going to come up with it at the far point. Circles around and just dumps that one back in and around for Payton to go after it. And looks like Humsky didn't really want to go after that one there, as it kept in by Payton, though, nonetheless at the point. Now Humsky with it again, and a pad save there by Trevor Fitch. Trevor Fitch getting a quick workout early. 5 shots on goal for the Vikings and 0 for the Cyclones, with 9:41 left to go here in the first. 57 seconds left on the Vikings power play. With it now is Richards, and a quick shot there, sticked away, and where's the puck? And I think the puck was actually up in the jersey of number 81, Ian Deal.
Don't see that very often.
A little wardrobe malfunction there. So we'll have the face of it on the far wing circle in the Cyclone zone. 50 seconds left on the Vikings power play. They try to center this one out. Going around with this one there is Bryce Schrofer. Centers it around out of the near point. Keeping that one in play is Michael Guzzi. And that one's going to be cleared out by the Cyclones. And no changes made. Wrapped around out of the near boards. Picking this one up now is Josh Maloney. Now settling this one down and bringing this one up will be Bryce Schrofer. Schrofer trying to stick handle around. Goes into the near boards with 19 seconds left on their power play. Now to the far boards, keeping this one in at the far point is Ryan Peters. He's going to be hit hard there, but it stays in play. Trying to settle this one down, trying to go into the back side of it there. They pull back out the Vikings, though. Schrofer settles it down. 6 seconds left on the Vikings power play. Look at wrap it around at home, and a stop there by Fitch. Puck still alive. Vikings still control it, though. Back to the far point, Kinney, and a wide open opportunity is just going far enough, but not having the icing there. As going after that one was Carlson coming out of the penalty box, but it wasn't enough there. 6 shots on goal for the Vikings, 0 for the Cyclones. 8:36 left to go here in period number 1.
Excellent shot, though, by the Cyclones with that penalty kill. Allowing very minimal shots on goal during those 2 minutes, man.
So face-off now back in the Cyclone zone. Vikings do win it, but the Cyclones get it right back. Bringing this one up now will be number 46, Alex Sharp. Sharp now will bring it into the far boards, go after the puck there in the Viking zone. That one will be taken away, though, nicely by Chance Reese. Reese now will have it along the far boards in his own zone, trying to clear it out. Now back to neutral ice it goes for the Cyclones to reset. Circling this one around is Deal. Deal will give this one off now, as the Vikings get it back in their own zone off the bad pass there. As dumping that one up is Shackmuth. Shackmuth loses it there by Shaughnessy. And now bringing this one up there was Sharp, but he lost control of it there at the blue line. Pass off the boards there by number 21, Spencer Shackmuth. Back inside the Cyclone zone, but Carlson takes control of it as we have under 8 minutes to go here in this first period. 1-0 Vikings. And a trip call there is going to go on Carlson. So another Vikings power play approaches as Carlson will go to the penalty box for the 2-minute minor for the trip call.
And just no excuse for that trip call there. You had 2 guys down there to help you out with. Bad penalty there taken by a Cyclones player. Vikings now with another 2-minute power play, looking to extend their lead.
Yeah, and they have the 1-0 lead. They scored 47 seconds into this one. As, again, the Cyclones come into this overall 17-0 2-1. So they have not been on the side of losses that many times, or down that many times, I should say. As there's a minute 45 left to go on this Vikings power play as they go back to reset. My apologies, 17-1-2 is the Cyclones record coming in. As that one off the quick turnover there, off the shot by Iacino, is covered up by the Vikings and goaltender Hayden Muehlblocker. Fans, make sure to catch the Chicago Wolves on Saturday, February 21st against the the San Antonio Rampage at 7 p.m. and Sunday, February 22nd at 3 p.m. versus the San Antonio Rampage as well. Don't miss the live AHL action. For tickets or any youth hockey info you need, call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. Minute 30 left on this power play, 7:15 in the first. Here as the Vikings have the 5-on-4 there right now as that one hits off the pad. A bad bounce there as trying to go around with this one is Theodore Iacino. As that one's going to be collision there in the near boards. As going around to the far end for this one for the Vikings is Grant Lockton to bring it up. And a pass there just out of the reach of number 97, Adam Schubert. And it goes long enough for an icing call. Very often you see the team on the power play commit an icing.
No, the Cyclones are putting some pressure on them in their own zone. Very risky strategy there, but it does pay off.
So face-off now back in the Viking zone, and they do win that face-off as Schubert brings it around to his far boards to take control of it as they have exactly 1 minute left on this power play. They bring it up now out of their own zone into neutral ice. Up with this one now is Bryce Schrofer. Schrofer now on his backhand in the near boards in the near corner. Goes behind the net, looks for somebody to give it to. Turns around to his forehand, centers that one there, and a quick stop up, hits off the top of that crossbar, and Fitch really didn't get much on that one, and the Cyclones clear it back down into the Viking zone. Now Josh Maloney takes a hard hit, and I believe we're going to get an elbowing call there, as there's going to be another power play coming up for the Vikings, and it might be a 5-on-3, and it will be. And that's going to be an illegal cross-check called against Martinez. So Maximus Martinez will go to the bench, and it's 5-on-3 for 24 seconds for the Vikings.
Another huge opportunity for the Vikings. Cyclones just handing them these opportunities. Only down 1-0 all the time. See the penalty kill did an excellent job on the last penalty. See if we can keep them out of the net.
So 5-on-3 for 20 seconds now, as the Vikings have a big opportunity to try to extend the lead on the top-seeded Cyclones, who came into this as the top seed overall. Now to the near point, it's Schubert. One-timer there, patted away there, scramble for it, and he scrambles, it's still alive, and it goes in! And the strike there quickly on the backhand by number 55, Jack Huminski, and it's 2-0 Vikings, and they still have a minute 40 to go on the new power play they got a moment ago.
Scoring that second goal, now a whole lot of strategy there. Just get the ball to the net and keep whacking at it. Hope for the best. It works out. Up 2-0 now for the Vikings on the top-ranked Cyclones.
These Cyclones are stunned.
Not used to losing 2-0, are they, Ryan?
No. 2-0 Vikings, as they still have a minute 33 to go on the other power play off the illegal cross-check from Martinez. As this one now will ring around to the far boards in the Viking zone. And now it's Kinney now, as that one goes back out, and we have a 2-on-2 for the Vikings. And almost a breakaway there for Richards, but that one just went outside, and the pass was a little too much. Payne now gets it back, goes just over the skate there of Schubert to settle down. And I believe we're going to have a penalty there as well, as that's going to be Schubert called there. And they're going to get him on that one as well. So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for a minute and 8 seconds. A lot of penalties here in this first period.
Oh, you're telling me a lot more than we saw in the last two games.
I think that might be against the last two combined.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have a lot of penalties in the first two games we've had here on SportsTownChicago.com. And we're just about halfway through, just a little halfway through, 6:19 left. And I think we had 5 penalties total now,
yeah,
right?
I think so. And in the last game, maybe a couple interference penalties, but that's about it. This game.
You know, if I'm losing count in the first period, that there's been a lot of penalties.
Oh, yeah.
As this face-off now will go back into the Viking zone. 4-on-4 for a minute and 8 seconds now. As this one will be controlled by the Vikings out of their own zone. Bringing this one up will be number 33, Thomas Cavanaugh. And he gets it back there as that one hits off of his skate there and goes around Fitch there. He's almost out balanced there, and he actually had his back turned to the puck. Peters there off the one-timer there, goes wide into the far corner. Kavanaugh with it now, going back to the far point. We got 4-on-4 now for 48 more seconds. As Peters with a nice stick there, keeps it back in the Cyclone zone. A couple players collide to the ice surface, and the Cyclones clear it back down, and they get it back as that one will be a little bit of a later whistle, but nonetheless, offsides has been called. 4:48 left here in period number 1. 4-on-4 hockey for 38 more seconds. So the face-off now will be just outside the Cyclone zone. It's going to be won there by the Vikings, and they circle that one back into the Cyclones net. Played out of the far point, stays in play. Now to Maloney, couldn't get it there as he was kind of off balance going for that one. And the Cyclones will bring it up. And now it'll be Alex Sharp now to the near boards, but he loses that one there to Grant Longton. Longton around his own net, hits off the skate there of Iacino, and he's going to keep it in off the turnover. Iacino circles it around, waits for somebody to give it to. Now to the far point it goes. With a shot there, Von Ruden there, right in front there, screaming for it, and a slap shot opportunity, and Theodore Iacino scores a goal with anger.
And you saw there, that was really the first time they had the puck in the zone for that long. A little patient with it. Find a goal right in front of the net, get it in. That's why the Cyclones were #1 this season. Let's see if they can keep it going.
He scored with frustration as the team has been stunned as they were down 2-0, and he slams that one with authority, and they're back within 1 as they are down 2-1 with 4:17 to go.
Talk about harnessing your anger on that one.
Exactly. Still 4-on-4 here for the next 3 seconds, and then it's a Cyclones power play. So this is something that the Cyclones need to get back into this. Meanwhile, Payne trying to squeaks one past them through, scrambling for it there off the skate and stick of Fitch. So 43 seconds now in the power play for the Cyclones, and that one goes down for an icing to be called. A lot of action here in this first period. So we have the faceoff now back into the Cyclone zone. A 2-1 stunning lead for the Vikings based on how we got here. 47 seconds in, they get the opening goal, and then they top another one on a 5-on-3 power play, and then on 4-on-4, it's Theodore Iacino to pull the Cyclones back within 1. 10-2 the shots on goal in favor of the Vikings, as the Cyclones still have 34 more seconds left on their power play. And now the Cyclones settle down behind their own net, and they look to set up a play here. As now Carlson settles it back down in his own zone, and pressure there by Payne makes him forced to go back. And now Von Ruden will have it back around his own net, back to Carlson. 15 seconds, so the pressure by the Vikings killing the time of the power play. But now Carlson brings it up. He's got a 3-on-2 on his backhand over the side of the net there, off the pad there of Muehlbacher. And this one clears back out, and that'll do it for the Cyclones power play. 5-on-5 hockey, both teams now at full strength. Iacino now has it at his own blue line, gives it off to Carlson. Carlson now will leave this one out down to the far boards at neutral ice and have to circle back out and backhand this one to Iacino right in front of the penalty box. Iacino now on his backhand, brings this one in. He's got the one lone goal for the Cyclones, has that one sticked away there. Some Vikings collide. Carlson there, wrist one away, stick pay there, and that one goes right in front there of Muehlbacher, and he falls flat on that one to make the save.
Cyclones really picking up the pace here in the last 5 minutes or so, getting the ball right into the zone of the Vikings, getting some nice shots up. Looked like they finally woke up.
As the faceoff now back in the Viking zone, off that save there from Muehlbacher. And now ringing this one around is Longton. Longton now around his near boards. Cyclones have it there, and a quick stop opportunity by Shaughnessy. Couldn't get a clean shot on that one as he gets it right back on the near boards in the zone. Now to the point. One timer there. He hang there, just was wide on that one. So Wang will go back and chase this one for the Cyclones and neutralize. 2:28 left to go in the first. And now it's Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy will just dump that one back into the Viking zone. And that one go back behind the Viking net. As fighting for that one there is Bryce Schrofer. Wraps around the Vikings. They go now, and getting this one will be number 59, Grant Arini. At the late offsides there. Now waved off as the Cyclones will pack behind the blue line. And a nice pass there up in front. And it's Spencer Scheckmuth there with a shot there and a save by Finch off the right pad. As now fighting this one along the near boards is Vincent Sansone. As now Shackwood tries to keep it in the zone and almost a turnover there, but the Cyclones recover. 100 seconds left in this first period. 2-1 Vikings. Sansone loses control of it there as he was trying to bring it up in the Viking zone. Back behind his own net now is Adam Schubert. Now to the near side, Kavanaugh. Thomas Kavanaugh goes around Peterson. As this one controlled back by the Cyclones. Down 1 with 1:20 left. Now it's Reese. With a skate, they're trying to keep it in play, but back to the Cyclones it goes. The Cyclones settle it down in their own zone. And an opportunity there off the bad pass, but a quick stick at the last second allows that to not be disaster for the Cyclones. But now the Vikings have it right back. They try to center it there, threw a stick there. Schubert tries to keep it at the point, but cannot. And he's got to race back. As coming up with this one now is Bradley Kenny. And he has that one sticked away as he was trying to bring that one in from the near side in on the cross-ice play. Under a minute to go. We get a whistle and an offsides. 47 seconds exactly left here in period number 1.
Gotta give a lot of credit to the Vikings coming out strong against the number 1 team. 2-1 lead right now. Almost had a chance for another goal down there a couple minutes ago.
So now this one goes back into the Viking zone off the face-off win there as they now have it around their near-end boards. And playing this one there on the boards there for the Cyclones was Danny Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy now trying to fight for that one and pick it forward and trying to get someone to go with it there off the side of the cage. A big collision there, and we're going to get a penalty as well as this one will go against the Vikings, and the Cyclones now will go on the power play with 25 seconds left. As I believe they're going to get a little cross-check there. So going to the penalty box for the Vikings is Jack Kaminsky. So he'll serve the 2-minute minor as we have 25 seconds left here in period number 1. 2-1 score in favor of the 4-seeded Vikings. Face off now on the far wing circle in the Viking zone. So you're just as we might even have a war of words with the fans too, but we're going to stay in our press box for that one.
Well, the problem is we're right in the middle of it.
Well, we're in our own little deck here, so I think we're okay, Cody. I got you.
You got my back?
I got your back. If you got my back.
I got your back.
All right, good. All right, so off the now that we're off of each other's backs. Back now with it. Now the Cyclones out trying to circle in there for that one to try to center it as we have just 6 seconds left here to go in the second period, down 5.3 to be exact, as covering that one up there is Muehlbacher on his right side of the post. So 1:40 left overall on the Cyclones power play. And that'll carry over into the second period as that will do it for period number 1. So a very interesting period to start this one off. It was a quick goal 47 seconds in by the Vikings, and then they make it 2-0 on a 5-on-3 man advantage. And then the Cyclones get it on a power play goal to get within 1. And now they're on the power play with 1:34 left on it as we go over into the second period, which will begin in a matter of moments. Folks, the Northern Illinois Hockey League is the largest youth hockey league in Illinois and the second largest in the country. It is made up of 40 travel hockey organizations, almost all the clubs from Illinois with a few from Indiana and Wisconsin. In this 46th season of play, the Northern Illinois Hockey League numbers 337 teams across all its playing divisions. The NIHL member organizations field Tier 2 travel teams that compete in the Mite, Squirt, Pee-wee, Bantam, and Midget age groups are defined by USA Hockey. The league also offers all girls hockey divisions each season. NIHL partners with the Chicago Wolves to hold the league's Wolves Cup Championship Tournament at the beginning of each season, or at the conclusion of each season, For more information about NIHL and its programs, please contact David Lubin, the NIHL president, at www.nihil.info. Cody, your initial takeaways from that first period?
The first period was exciting, to say the least. I think the most exciting first period we had tonight. The Vikings coming out strong scoring, and you said the first 47 seconds, which was a real shocker to probably most of the fans here, seeing how Cyclones number 1 in the league, winning 17 games coming into tonight. Cyclones come back, though, on a very nice goal to bring it back to a 2-1 game. But moving forward, Vikings got to feel pretty good where they're at. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off of what you said there, it was a very interesting period overall based on the 6th penalty that carries over from the first period. A lot of action whether it's been in the penalty box or with the shots on goal. As both teams have switched sides, Vikings going left to right, Cyclones going right to left, and we have begun the second period. Minute 29 left to go overall, though, on the Cyclones power play that has carried over from the end of the first period.
Like you said, the penalties, they've been a big factor in this game.
And now bringing this one up on the far boards in the Viking zone is Bradley Kinney. Kinney now wraps it around the net, waits to the near corner into the slot, looking for somebody to go with it. Back and forth he goes with Vincent Sansone. Sansone trying to center that one in, going behind the net now to Kinney. Kinney waits, back to Sansone. He waits, tries to center it there, but a misplay there as that one went over the stick there of Iacino. And now back with this one is Payton trying to go for that one. And he'll get it back and dump it back in. 50 seconds and counting now left on the Cyclones power play. As Carlson just kind of toying with Richards there in his own zone, trying to create some space. Now this one, it goes to Alex Peterson. Peterson will bring it in from the far end boards into the Viking zone. Wrap it around the net, wait for somebody to go with it there. Leaves it up for Carlson in the slot. Now Carlson flicks it over now to Sansone. Back to Carlson behind the net. 18 seconds left on the Cyclone power play. Now to the point. Iacino trying to keep it in on his backhand. He does. Flicks it back in. Sansone now behind the net. 10 seconds left on the power play. Trying to fight off a hit there. He does. Sansone now back behind it goes. Holding this one now will be Gabriel D'Amico. D'Amico now holds this one up for Peterson. The one-time shot there as the power play has ended. Both teams at full strength. One time there from Carlson. Back to Sansone. Sansone now flips one in for D'Amico, but it just goes over the left shoulder of Muehlbacher. Now the Vikings look to try to clear this one out now as they have even strength hockey now with 12:06 to go here in the second period. And it's Richards back now to Schrofer. Schrofer now on his hand, and a backhand play there by Richards. Not enough there. Connor Richards there on the backhand shot at them as he's trying to bake that one in off of a skate, and a scramble for him. Play still alive, and an opportunity for the Vikings is scored there on the stick side by Connor Richards. 3-1 Vikings.
And coming right off the penalty kill they had, gave them a lot of confidence going down there, getting in the zone, able to score, make it 3-1. Another big goal for the Vikings.
So it's 3-1 in favor of the Vikings now, as the top-seeded Cyclones again are stunned. They come into this 17-1-2 overall through the two games they played in round-robin play, I should say. As we have 11:33 left to go here in the second period, a 3-1 Vikings lead, and they try to go for 4-1 there, and that one hits up off the net and out of play.
I'll tell you what, the Vikings came to play tonight. You can obviously see that right now. Just like you said, shocking the Cyclones tonight. Still a lot of time left in this game, though.
Absolutely. The Cyclones come into this round-robin action with 4 points overall. This is the third game for them, the second one for the Vikings. As off that face-off there, it's controlled by the Vikings there. And going on the backhand there, almost trying to flick a shot off there, was Michael Guzzi. Now, the stick tie up there by Deal allows it to go back to the Vikings to Walsh at the point. Hits off the partition kind of funny. Now it goes behind the net. Now Guzzi trying to center this one somewhere. Trying to find someone to go with it out of the far end boards, or the near end boards, excuse me. Now over to Schrofer. Schrofer now on his backhand. Trying to center that one there. Nobody home. He gets it back on his forehand and he scores! What a stunning play there by number 76, Bryce Schrofer. He gets it on his backhand, loses it for a second, switches it to his forehand, and it's 4-1 Vikings.
Look at the shots on goal. We talked about how important that was throughout the night. 14 of 4 for the Vikings. Shots on goal. Really attacking, really playing hard.
And if you see our vantage point here at the Northbrook Sports Center, the right side of the place is happy, and the left side is stunned. You can kind of tell what fans are sitting on what side then based on what I just said. Off that center ice face-off there, it's won by the Vikings, as now it's Kavanaugh into the near corner. Kavanaugh now on his backhand looking to go to the point. Schubert, there one timer there, hit off the left pad there of Trevor Fitch. A 4-1 Vikings lead over the top-seeded Cyclones, as the Vikings have kind of stunned the Cyclones fan base here tonight. Now Cyclones now will get it back out and still stays in. And that one goes in behind the net now. And wrapping that one around is Maxwell Allen. Out of the far point, it's Maloney. Back in now for Reese behind the net. Reese centers it, looks to go around with it behind the net, and has that one taken away. And a flip play there, and going back into the zone of the Vikings to recover that one is Adam Schubert. Look out there as...
I'm good, Ryan.
All right, I was going to say, is my cameraman okay? But it hits off the post in front of us here, and we are alive. I think that came right in front of the camera, too, so I think... You know, it was funny. I did not say a word the last 2 times I've been here this weekend about a puck coming up here. And, of course, when I think about it, it happens and it comes right in front of you. But good thing everybody's okay in front of us. And nobody got hurt there on that errant puck. So we get play back underway now as everybody's hearts just jolted for just a second. As, again, there's no netting right in front of us here, folks. So if the puck comes up our way, we are in trouble. As the Vikings are trying to make more trouble against the Cyclones as they have the 3-goal lead with 3:29 to go here in the second period. Stays in at the point by Peters, tries to keep it in play but can't. And coming up with this one for the Cyclones is Vincent Sanson. Leaves one there, and a nice 2-on-1 save there. Where's the puck? As trying to find that one was Muehlbacher, and they get that one out the Vikings and get it back to neutral ice. A nice save there by Muehlbacher on that odd man rush for the Cyclones. Now Sansone on the far end boards. Now Shaughnessy will chase it around the net. As this one now goes in and around behind the Cyclones as they last touched it. And the Vikings will go off for a wholesale change. As this one now controlled by the Cyclones, that being in particular Alex Peterson. As it's a 4-1 Vikings lead. Longton will dump that one back in, wrapping it around, and going into the far end boards there for that one there was Garrett Arini. And now, held in that one is Strofer. Arini again trying to get a shot off there. It does get one off, and that one just dribbles to the left of the net. And that one will be played around by the Cyclones at the far end boards. And they try to get up, but Camp and Arini keeps it in play into the Cyclone zone. Schrofer now trying to keep it alive. Far corner, trying to get a stick on it. He does! And where's the puck? And is it in? Yes, it is! Off of the net mount scramble there. It's number 59, Garrett Arini. And it's 5-1 Vikings.
And then they're just pouring it on now, having a great time on the ice, having fun. Crowd's into it. And these guys are feeding off of it and looking like having a great time out there. 5-1 now, Vikings, with total control now. Still 2 minutes left in this period. They got another period after this, but I got to tell you, man, Cyclones they're shocked right now.
And the 2 times that these 2 teams met in the regular season, the Cyclones won the first one 4-1 and then 6-3.
Are they taking them lightly tonight?
I don't know, but if they did, that was the wrong game plan to have going into it. As this one has become a strange turn of events if you're a Cyclone fan, as the Cyclones are down 5-1, and they've only lost going into today 1 game. And that one loss, if I go back and find it here, their one loss, I'm having a little issue finding it because they have so many wins. As 8:04 left to go here in the second period, a 5-1 Vikings lead, as this is not how a lot of people thought this game was going to go halfway through the second. As now the Cyclones now have it in their own zone, wrapping this one around, not a deal. And now a big hit there along the boards, controlled there by Schubert. Schubert now on his backhand, flips that one in now to Spencer Schmackmuth. Goes to control that one. Cyclones take control of it in their own zone. Going up with this one is Sanson. Leaving that one out for somebody, but nobody home on that one. Back into the Cyclone zone it goes. Controlling that one, number 62, Kyle Hang. And now that one goes up to Kinney, just out of his outstretched stick. As that one goes back in for the delayed offsides, but the Cyclones touch it anyway. And then the intercepting pass there, Schubert. Glided off there by Martinez. As this went out for a one-timer there, and a save there by Trevor Fitch. You knew the pressure was on for that one.
Excellent move there, getting by 2 defenders, getting a nice shot, but great save, as you said.
Going back to what I was talking about, the only loss for the Cyclones came back on January 30th when the Northbrook Bluehawks beat them here at the Northbrook Sports Center over on Rink A, though, 7-2. So the one loss came in quite a big fashion. And the Vikings are trying to spell that for deja vu again here at the Northbrook Sports Center, but on rink B. As this one now controlled by the Cyclones at center ice, they try to get it in to the Viking zone. Under 7 minutes to go now here in the second. If we have a 5-goal lead, there will be a running clock. And a turnover there for Carlson. He gets it for him, Beckett, and a nice 2-on-0 play. It's Carlson that set that one up for the Cyclones, and they are back within 3. Getting the goal there for the Cyclones is number 9, Gabrielle D'Amico, and on the assist there, Jacob Carlson, and it's now 5-2.
Bad pass there, unfortunate turn of events. Now just a 3-goal game, plenty of time left. Give Cyclones a little bit of momentum. But Vikings just play smart rest of the way. I think they'll be in good position.
So 5-2 Vikings lead now. Their lead cut to 3. As now coming up with this one now is Theodore Iacino. He's got one of the 2 Cyclones goals. And now it's Allen at the far point. One time there gloved up by Mule Bacher on deflected. 6:32 left to go here in the second period. Fans, make sure to catch Chicago Wolves on Sunday, February 22nd at 3 p.m. versus the San Antonio Rampage, and the day beforehand on the 21st at 7 p.m. at the Allstate Arena. Don't miss the live AHL action. For tickets or any youth hockey info you need, call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. As this one now off the face-off there, controlled by the Cyclones back behind the Viking net. Martinez now rings it around to Kinney in the far corner. Wraps it around back to the near side again towards Martinez. Can't get much of that, though. Vikings try to take control of it. Stick there by Kyle Hang. As this one now will be controlled by the Vikings. Getting this one up there is Connor Richards. He's got one of the 5 Viking goals. 5 different players for the Vikings have scored. 2 different players for the Cyclones have scored. As this one now controlled by the Cyclones, it's Kyle Hang. And Samson now hits the shot up there off the netting and out of play. 5:48 left to go here in this second period. 5 to the score in favor of the Vikings. 17-7 the shots on goal in favor of the Vikings, but not really a surprise, though, based on what we've seen here in this second period.
No, not at all.
This one now, it's Hang at the point, and that's gloved up immediately there by number 00, Hayden Muehlbacher. As this one off the face-off at the near wing circle, controlled by the Cyclones. They look to center that pass. It's off the side of the cage there, and not really paying attention for that one was Muehlbacher. Nonetheless, though, we play on D'Amico, who just got the second goal for the Cyclones not too long ago. Controlled now by the Vikings as they bring that one up now to neutral ice. And getting that one is Urine. Garrett Urine now trying to bring it up now. It's an onside play. It's Schrofer now on his backhand, trying to center that one there, and a missed stick there, as it could have been a wide open net there from Michael Guzzi. And that one will go not down for an icing. As they wave that one off, they're going to say it was deflected right at center ice. Under 5 minutes to go now here in the second period, as Peterson now trying to hustle for that one in his own zone. Marina trying to get a stick on it, but could not. As now Carlson skates in on his backhand on a 2-on-1, and a penalty is going to be called. And that one just went through a few skates as well, and that clears out of the zone. And Peterson will go back to touch it. It will be a Vikings penalty coming up as Iacino holds it. As this one now will be touched by Maloney, and a power play coming up for the Cyclones as a hooking call is going to go against Chance Reese. Number 91, Josh Maloney, will get called for the 2-minute minor.
After that first period, expect a little bit more penalties than this. I think this is the first penalty we had this second period.
I believe so. You are correct on that one, Cody. So a 2-minute man advantage now for the Cyclones, down 3, 5-2, with 4:26 to go here in the second period. Off the face-off window just outside the Cyclone zone. And bringing that one around now to Carlson it goes. Carlson right behind his own net. He settles this one down and will set up a play. Jacob Carlson. And this one up now to Iacino, who's got the one of 2 goals for the Cyclones. Iacino into the far boards of the Viking zone, and it's almost cleared out, but a good keep in there by Von Ruden. Now they try to center that one. It's Carlson on his backhand. Couldn't get it clean, though. And he gets it to the near point to backhand it in. And now Kinney. Bradley Kinney. As they look to get it behind the net. And Kinney on his backhand. Trying to find someone to go. There's nobody at the point, though, as the Cyclones defenseman kind of pinched in on that play. So they go back and reset in their own zone. Minute 5 left on the Cyclones power play. 3:30 to go in the second period. Oh, nice stick around there by Carlson up to Sansone. Sansone now on his backhand in the near corner. Now Peyton clears it back down. So the Vikings will make a change with 45 seconds left on the Cyclones power play. And now this one is Martinez now. Martinez on his forehand. Looks behind him, trying to find some help. With 33 seconds left on the Cyclone power play. Sansone trying to center one to Martinez. Nowhere to go, though, as that one was blocked by a skate. D'Amigo now loses control of that one. That's going to be flicked out and back to the Cyclones. 20 seconds left on their power play. 2:45 left in the second period. That one's going to be touched there by D'Amico. Controlled by the Vikings, and they clear it back out again. So a good, very good penalty kill for the Vikings. With 5 more seconds left in the Cyclones power play. And bringing this one in will be Jacob Carlson, and a wide shot there as the penalty expires, both teams at full strength. The Vikings trying to keep it out of play, and they do. And bringing this one up in a one-on-one is Bryce Schrofer. He skates around nicely there. He might have an open chance. And a misplay there, and a glove save by Trevor Fitch. As flicking the wrist on that one there was Bryce Schrofer. And play has halted with 2:11 to go here in the second period.
Second power play in a row that they were able to kill it. Defense looking very good for the Vikings, very strong, and almost had an opportunity to extend this lead on that missed opportunity.
Chance Reese now from the far side. It went deflected into the glove of Trevor Fitch, and he covers that one up for a save.
A great hockey here tonight, back and forth action.
Yes.
Both teams have momentum swings all throughout.
You really can't count the Cyclones out despite being down 3, because the way they've been playing here late in the second period, Cody, has really told the story about how much they aren't going to give up, as that one from the one-timer there is gone and away by Schubert.
Oh, you don't get to 17 wins and 1 loss without giving up.
2-on-1 play there, and the play sticked away there nicely there by Muehlbacher as he got that one out of the way, and that one falls out into neutral ice. As this one right in front of the Cyclones bench, a tie-up for the puck there, as we got about 1:37 to go here in the second. It's Chance Reese trying to go around a defender but can't. 2 players collide at center ice, and now the Cyclones bring it up. It's Alex Sharp now. Sharp on his forehand, rings it around into the near corner behind the net, canceling out a couple Vikings there. And now with the number 62, Kyle Hang.
Good job, Adam!
As this one now will go around out of the near point, as Von Ruden rings it back in. Shaughnessy now hit from behind there, and he falls down, gets back up right away. Now they're trying to backhand that one through. A standing puck there, and the Vikings did it. One time there, Von Ruden didn't get enough on that one, though, as it didn't even get close to the net. Now Schubert, as we have under a minute to go, canceled out there by Carlson. And that one will go wide and out, and that one goes back into the Cyclone zone. And the Cyclones trying to catch the Vikings in a change with 40 seconds left. A pass that goes just wide, and a breakaway chance for Peyton, number 28. That being Jack Peyton over the net there, as getting a piece of that one might have been Fitch, the goaltender. 30 seconds left in this period. Centering pass there went through nobody, as that one stays in there by Longton. Payne now chases it in behind his own net, as the Cyclones look to try to clear it back out. Walsh from the point there at the one-timer, and sticked away there by a few skates. And now the Cyclones bring it up with 10 seconds left. Carlson leaves it off. Nobody home, though. Vikings clear it back down. Will it go far enough for an icing in time? Yes, it will. 2.5 seconds left. It's funny how it reads 2-2-5-5 on the scoreboard as well.
Oh, yeah.
As Cody's going to get a quick shot of that as well, just so people don't think I'm going crazy. 19-10, the shots on goal in favor of the Vikings. They're up 3, 5-2. 2.5 seconds left, so the Vikings are going to look for a quick shot here immediately off the face-off. And they don't get a shot off the Cyclones, and that will do it for the second period. So a very interesting second period, and we're going to be on tap for another interesting period as the top-seeded Cyclones see themselves down 3, 5-2 to the fourth-seeded Vikings, who are in their second game of round-robin play.
I don't think the Vikings could ask for anything better than this right now.
Fans, make sure you keep your eye on the NIHL.info website for upcoming broadcasts of NIHL Bantam games. If you're interested in sponsorship opportunities available on NIHL's Game of the Week broadcast, please contact Peter Ferrari at SportsTownChicago.com. Check the SportsTownChicago.com website for free downloads of all previously broadcasted games. Just click on the Northern Illinois Hockey League page and follow the instructions. The NIHL Wolves Cup Tournament is now being played at all rinks over the Chicagoland area. All the teams are looking for the results that will help them qualify for a spot in the NIHL Wolves Cup Tournament and the championship games in Joliet over the February 20th through 22nd weekend and the February 27th through March 1st weekends. Cody Grant, Ryan Fahey with you on SportsTownChicago.com. It's the third of our triple header here in the round-robin Bantam Elite Wolves Cup Tournament playoffs. Say that 5 times fast.
I'm not going to try to do that.
5-2 in favor of the Vikings. And if you're the Cyclones, Cody, what do you try to change up here in the third period?
You know what? I think you play that third period the same way you play the second period, pretty much. I mean, second period was a lot closer. Got to play more intensity, though. That's one thing I noticed coming out. Vikings looking like a lot more. I don't think they're faster or stronger, but they're playing harder. That's simple as that.
You got 5-2 Vikings. If you're just tuning in, and if you're aware of the top-seeded Cyclones, well, they've only had one loss, and it came back at this same exact facility, but on Rink A right behind us, when they lost to the Northbrook Bullhawks 7-2 back on January 30th. And this is the second time they have played here at this rink in Northbrook. So it might appear, Cody, that maybe this rink here in Northbrook just gives them fits.
Yeah, you talk about sports teams not being able to play. There's just that home away from home that you just don't feel right on. Maybe this is it for them.
Third period underway, 5-2 Vikings. Both teams have switched sides. Cyclones will be going on offense left to right, Vikings right to left. As this one now will be D'Amico now bringing it up, and a potential one-on-one here. It's Gabriel D'Amico on his backhand. He's going to be canceled away there by Huminski. And now it's Schubert into the far corner in his own zone. Schubert trying to clear that one away and can't. Huminski will wrap that around in the near side here. As this one will clear around and go down into the Cyclone zone for an icing. 13:22 left there, won by the Cyclones. And they try to center that one there. And Simpson trying to get a shot out there, and we get a whistle. And I believe that one was hit out of play. So we'll have the face-off just outside the Vikings zone. So now Samson loses the face-off there. Now his defense will clear it up instead into the Viking zone. Martinez will chase after it. Martinez now goes after it and is canceled away there. A couple sticks going after the puck behind the Viking net. 12:53 left to go in the third period. 5-2 Vikings with the lead. And now it's Wang with it. One-timer there, sticked away there by Schrofer. And an opportunity now coming up here for number 59, Garrett Arini. Arini there with a wrister there. Just goes wide of Fitch, the goaltender. And a backhand play. Arini again staying with the puck there, as Gusky will try to go with it, but can't. Guzzi will lose control, and the Vikings defense will go back and reset at neutral ice. Up with this one now is Bryce Schrofer. Schrofer now on his forehand. Almost kind of made a weird dance there, and look out there as Fitch had to kick his legs out to try to make a save on the puck. And now it's Longton rolling that one around to Schrofer. As this line has kind of done wonders against the Cyclones here tonight. It's Sharp, back to Arini, gets it back to neutral ice. And Schrofer now sends it back over to the near side for Shackmuth. Vikings make a couple changes while they held it in their own zone. 11:52 and counting left to go here in the third period. 5-2 Vikings. Sharp now just off of his skate there, a little hot on that pass. So that one will go around for Schubert. Adam Schubert gets that one out, and no, he doesn't. It's kept in at the far point there by Hunter Von Ruden. Now Schubert gets it back behind his own net. Flings around to the near boards here. Deal keeps it in. Flips the one back into the near corner. Schubert right there for the Vikings to get it. Adam Schubert fighting with it there, along with Alex Sharp and Hennessy. Shaughnessy, I should say, as that one's going to be a scramble in front of the net there, and the players collide and fall down everywhere. London Bridges, they all fall down, and the Vikings clear it back out, and it's going to be an icing against the Vikings.
Cyclones had a great opportunity there, just couldn't finish it. I tell you, I don't want to count them out, but only 11 minutes to go, 3 goals down. It's going to be really tough to get back into this.
Fans of Chicago Wolves are proud to support the Northern Illinois Hockey League and their Academic Excellence Award program. This program rewards players in NIHL who are straight-A students in grade school and middle school or honor roll students in high school. As this one now, face-off won by the Vikings in their own zone. And it's puck stuck along the boards there. Peterson gets it back, but tries to flick it forward to Iacino. And the Vikings get it back, and they try to clear it now, and they do. As bringing this one up would be Richards, and trying to make a stick on that one there was Payton. Jack Payton lost control of that one, though, as it went back towards neutral ice. And now Payton almost comes away with that one, actually, and ended up with this one as Iacino. Theodore Iacino now will bring it into the near boards, into the Viking zone. Iacino trying to center that one for himself, but lost control of the puck. Peterson now over to Iacino. We're going to get a whistle and a slashing call on Iacino, so the Vikings are going to be on the man advantage now for 2 minutes. That's Iacino's second time going to the penalty box here tonight, as he served a 2-minute minor back in the first period.
Do you have the count of how many penalties it is in this game?
I've lost count.
You lost count in the first period.
I know. That's how many penalties we've had here today. Just in this game alone, through the triple header we've had here today. So a 2-minute power play for the Vikings now, trying to extend their 3-goal lead, 5-2 with 10:15 to go here in the third period. As this one now will go to Richards. Richards now will bring this one up now to Grant Longton. Longton now waits, tries to center it there, but a nice stick there by Huang will get that one out, and the Cyclones clear it back down. And chasing for this one is Sansone. Nicely done, good hustle there, trying to get on his forehand, and that one goes wide and around the net. And getting this one up will be Longton. Longton now will bring it up on the power play as they have 1:22 left on it. Nice move around a few defenders. Longton now on his backhand, skates around, stops, trying to put the brakes on, and now it goes to Jack Payton. Payton hits it off the top of the cage there. That almost surprised Fitch going behind him. And they look to center this one, but no room to go with it there. Good stick there by Huang. As it's Schrofer looking to center. He's going to wheel it in himself there, and it almost tic-tac-toes around. Schrofer settles it down, is patient with the puck, circles back and forth on his backhand, goes back to the far point, and Longton, does he keep it in? Yes, he does. Brings it back into Schrofer. Schrofer now will settle it down with 47 seconds left in the power play. Backhands it around and will dump it into chasing himself. Schrofer now with a big hit there, and that's going to be a big power. That might be 1 in 2 minutes, as that's going to be an illegal hit into the boards there, as he kind of led with the elbow to the neck area. So Schrofer will go to the box, and we'll have even strength hockey now for 41 seconds. The Vikings faithful not too pleased about that one.
No, not at all. They thought that hit was clean, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, the elbow, the forearm kind of went up into the neck head area, and they always look out for the head injuries, especially in youth hockey nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So
I agree. I agree with the call.
A safety call kind of by the officials there.
I believe that was the right call. Good call there by the official.
So it'll be a 2-minute minor for boarding. So now it'll be 4-on-4 for 41 seconds with 9:04 to go in the third. As this one almost canceled out there by Arini, and it stays back in. Carlson will get it back out for the Cyclones. And a couple players collide and fall down on the ice, and the Vikings get it back with 25 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Now it's Duzy racing in after it, and getting that one away there was Von Ruden. But coming in there was Arini to keep it into the zone of the Cyclones as we're into the final 6 seconds of the 4-on-4. Arini there with a nice stick there, trying to just keep the pressure going, as Carlson now will bring it up, as now the Cyclones are officially on a power play, and they're going to be on a 5-on-3 power play in just a moment, as that one was going to be a trip call, as Von Ruden will hold it at the point. One timer there, goes through a couple of skates there, and it hits off of Maloney, and we get a whistle, and it's going to be 5-on-3 hockey now for the Cyclones for 1:07 seconds, and that is a lot of time to be on the 5-on-3, Cody.
Oh, yeah, you Cyclones got to take advantage of this, being down 3 goals. They got the chance here to bring it back to 2. Still plenty of time left in this period for a team that, like we said before, they've only lost 1 game this whole season. and it happened to be in this house, just a different rink.
So it's 5-on-3 off the trip there by Garrett Arini. With 8:11 to go in the third period, this is a must capitalize if you're the Cyclones. Carlson, now to the far point it goes. Peterson off the right pad there of Muehlbacher. Under a minute to go now in the 5-on-3. Patient with the puck, hits off Muehlbacher's right shoulder. And now Schubert battles with it there against a few Cyclones. Now back around with it now is Ian Deal. And now to Iacino. Leaves it for Carlson. He wanted to leave for Carlson, I should say, but he couldn't get the puck there. As trying to get that one in clearing, there was Longton. There's a battle for it there as is Longton just trying to cover the puck and just kill some time on this 5-on-3 advantage for the Cyclones. Carlson, now to the far side. Peterson, one-timer, sticked away there by Payton, nicely done. And they look to ring this one around and out, and they do.
And the Vikings penalty kill really stepping up here on the 3-on-5. Keeping them out of the zone. They have to reset now.
And they'll bring this up as they're going to be on a 5-on-4 now for about 50 seconds. Carlson on his backhand, leaves this one out for Peterson at the far point. He's going to be hit from behind, and a clear there by Jack Payton will go around in the Cyclone zone. A nice clear there by Jack Payton. And this one now will be hit by Sansone. Sansone now over to Carlson, trying to backhand that way, but he's canceled off by Dingle. And another clear there by the Vikings, but not very far, though. 26 seconds left on the Cyclones' power play. Von Ruden now around the net as that one canceled away. And Dingle looks to clear it out, kept in at the far point by Carlson. Carlson now back inside to Martinez around the net. Martinez on his backhand, looks to get it around towards Sharp. Now Martinez back around now to Sharp. Alex Sharp to Martinez, trying to backhand that one, but it goes off the side of the cage back to the boards. Penalty over, both teams at full strain, so the Vikings survive the 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4. Now this one now is Rene. Hit off the skate of Carlson to keep it in play, nicely done. Now it's Hang. One time there hits off of a skate and away behind the board. Now it's Wang trying to wrap it around. Where's the puck? And that one skates out. Cyclones want a hand pass. They're not going to get it. And the Vikings think that the refs had blown the whistle, or did they? No whistle was blown, but play stopped. Based on what we were hearing with the crowd, I did not know if a whistle blew, but play stopped either way.
Well, they called it dead, but I didn't hear a whistle either.
Well, they say maybe they say the ref swallows their whistle sometimes. Maybe he was trying to blow the whistle and he actually literally swallowed it. Is there a way to think of it like that? I'm not so sure. Nonetheless, play was stopped. The Viking fans are telling the Viking players to skate down the ice. They might have had a 5-on-0 for all if the play was to have continued. But nonetheless, we get a face-off now back in the Viking zone after all that chaos. And now it's Shaughnessy with it at the near boards in the Viking zone. And now it goes back now to Himinski with 5:30 left to go here in the third period. Now Shaughnessy backhands that one around to the near boards. And now Richards now will have that one go up for Jack Payton to chase that one down. No icing called. Oh, I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one either. I think it looked like he got there first. Questionable call by the referee.
Payton did put a stick on the puck there, so.
But nonetheless, it's going to be Cyclones' puck.
It was a close one either way.
They're going to be doing a face-off down in the down by the Vikings.
Back in the Viking zone we go. 5-2 Vikings here in the third period. 21-14, the shots on goal in favor of the Vikings. As this one now will go to Schubert into the far corner. He battles for that one. And now they try to center that to Cyclones. And now getting this one will be Thomas Cavanaugh to clear it back towards neutral ice. As this one now bringing this one up and now is Hang. This Wang now will try to center that one, but can't. Now back to the point. Allen with a one-time stop there as that one goes wide. As getting that one was D'Amico to try to center that one, but couldn't, as he was canceled out there by Schubert. Now the Vikings will get it back towards neutral ice And this one will go in towards the net. And Fitch will cover that one up and have the save, and we'll have a face-off in the Cyclone zone. So 4:34 left to go here in this third period, and a shocking game overall.
To say the least.
I don't even think the Vikings knew they were going to do this against the Cyclones.
You know what? They got to be very happy. I said going into this period they're going to be happy where they are up 3 goals, but now with only 4:30 left, Cyclones unable to capitalize on a 5-3 power play, and then the 5-4. That's going to be tough for them to come back in this game.
Barini now behind the Cyclones net has the puck, patient with it, circles back, trying to go back around with it there. And a glove is lost there by one of the Cyclone players. Not sure who that was specifically. As now it's Chance Reese with it along the boards. Chance Reese battles with a couple of Cyclones there. He falls down trying to get the puck. And winning the puck there was Maximus Martinez. And that's going to be kept in at the point. They ring it around. As now the Cyclones had a big hit there, and a little frustrated there was Alex Peterson. And a scoring goal there as out of nowhere. And we get a little extracurricular activity after the fact. But nonetheless, it's a 6-2 Viking lead, as getting the goal there was number 44, Chance Reese. 6 different players for the Vikings have scored, and it's a 6-2 Vikings lead.
I don't know if you saw that late hit over there. I don't know what they called on that, but
I believe they're going to call Chance Reese for a little unsportsmanlike after the fact. So he will get the goal scored. He'll get credited for it, and going to the box as well, Alex Peterson as well. So there might be coincidental minors there after the play had been whistled for the goal.
But this must be a bittersweet feeling for the Vikings over here, losing 2 games in the regular season. This team coming out and really showing them up here at Northbrook.
Well, sometimes you know what they say, third time's the charm.
Oh, yeah.
6-2 the score, 3:44, and a shocking game here for the Vikings against the Cyclones. The Cyclones have only lost once in the regular season coming into today as well, past their 2 round-robin games. They came back on January 30th, just across the facility here at the Northbrook Sports Center, as that one goes down for an icing. They lost to the Northbrook Blue Hawks 7-2 back on January 30th over on Rink A, and now here on Rink B, they face a 6-2 deficit with 3:38 to go. So a stunning turn of events here tonight, as the top-seeded Cyclones have been stunned. And we get a delay there, as we now will drop the puck in the Viking zone off the icing call a moment ago. And now it's Longton over to Richards, trying to clear that one out. And Theodore Iacino took an awful hit there at the blue line. And he's a little slow to get up. And Iacino will get up on his own power. And he appears to be okay. It's getting a little chirpy down on the ice with 3:27 left to go here in the third period, as it'll be Connor Richards going to the box. Now he's going to come right back out, actually. I apologize. Serving this one will be Jack Kaminsky.
Trying to take one of the team there, it looked like.
Yeah. So, a Cyclones power play now.
The Vikings have been very good on penalty kill tonight.
As it's a 5-on-4 for 5 minutes, they're going to say. It's going to be a 5-minute major, and that'll do it for Jack Kaminsky. The refs are saying no more roughhousing. Kaminsky has been ejected. So for the rest of the contest here in the third period, it'll be a man advantage for Kaminsky. So cross him out on the roster now, as he is done for the rest of the day. So Kaminsky off for the 5-minute major, and it's cleared back down. Von Ruden now in his own zone. They will center it back and neutralize and bring it up. D'Amico, far side pass over to Sansone. Gets it back at the point. Iacino there, blocked off and away there by Muehlbacher. And now Schubert over to Richards, and he'll clear it back down. Under 3 minutes to go here in this contest. A 6-2 Vikings lead. And if you're just tuning in, it has been a stunning game for the Vikings, on defense especially. As Carlson now will try to go in on his backhand as that one canceled away there by Richards. As the Cyclones very frustrated out on the ice. And now an opportunity now as Jack Payton comes in on a breakaway. Forehand, scores! A shorthanded goal, and that's Jack Payton's second goal of the game. And it's 7-2 Vikings with 2:25 left in the third.
I tell you what, already be down 6-2, having a shorthand goal scored against you. How demoralizing is that going to be? Cyclones, I don't know about this game coming back. This game may be over right there. That may have sealed it.
So a shorthanded goal for the fourth-seeded Vikings over the top-seeded Cyclones. And the Cyclones know a score of 7-2 all too well, though, as the last time they were in Northbrook, that was the final. They lost by to the Northbrook Bluehawks. So deja vu really in effect here tonight.
She got a little right there when you said the same time.
2 minutes to go, 3:35 left on the major called against Jack Kaminsky as he's been sent off. As Carlson now a wrist one just wide of the far post, though, as the Cyclones is trying to muster something up here in the final minute 49. As now Van Ruden at the point. One time there from the blue line, patted away there by Muehlbacher. Now Shaughnessy now at the far end boards. Flicks this one to Van Ruden. And that's going to be almost taken away, and that could have been a breakaway. And now it could be, as chasing in this one is Spencer Shackmuth. Shackmuth will just slack one around behind the net as we have under 90 seconds to go. Kinney now has that one poked away by Jack Payton, and now Shaughnessy will recover for the Cyclones. Shaughnessy on his backhand at the far point, centers it back and flicks it in. It's going to be taken away and cleared back out, though, by the Vikings. 1 minute we approach left in this contest, as it'll be Alex Sharp to give it off. Now to Martinez. And now Sansone, wrist one, and a save there by Muehlbacher. With the 5-goal lead, it is a running clock, so under 45 seconds and counting now. As again, back on January 30th, the Cyclones suffered their only loss to the Northbrook Bluehawks over on Rink A. And now here on Rink B in the final day of round-robin play for them, they are down to the Vikings 7-2, but this time on Rink B here in round-robin play in Bantam Elite Playoff Hockey. Now the Vikings bring it back in, sticked away there, and almost a big goal, and a big hit there on the far end boards away from the puck as well. And now Carlson now will skate in with it to the near side, flicks a shot in over the net. Final 4 seconds to go, and the Vikings come in and stun the top-seeded Cyclones by a score of 7-2. A dominant performance by the Vikings as the fourth-seeded team takes down the top dog in dramatic and dominant fashion. So both teams will shake hands at center ice, and that is going to do it for us here at the Northbrook Sports Center tonight. The final score in the final game of our triple header, the Vikings 7 and the Cyclones 2. Cody, your final thoughts on this crazy game?
Like we said before, shocker. I mean, shocker to say the least. Cyclones coming in with only one loss on the season, number 1 ranked team. But I tell you, all got to start with the Vikings scoring in the first 47 seconds of the game, and they never looked back, Ryan.
They never looked back indeed, as no points are going to be given for the Cyclones after this contest, and the Vikings have now 4 points, so they now just have as many points as the Cyclones do. So that is going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Check back with us tomorrow night out at the Crystal Lake Ice Rink in Crystal Lake, Illinois. 6:20 puck drop for Bantam Gold Division hockey. So make sure you check that out. Me and Cody are going to be there along with Bob Lindsay as well. So tomorrow night, 6:20 p.m. for Bantam Gold hockey right here on SportsTownChicago.com.